Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Joyce. She was born to a wonderful mother. My mother told me that I was her joy. I was born at a time that my mother was 36. And at that time, it was a little old to be having your first child. So I kind of knew early on that I probably would one day have the opportunity to take care of her. I'm going to take this out of here.
Yes, I
because
think it needs to be closer to your mouth anyway.
No, see that.
There you go.
All right. What is my caregiver's love story? It has a lot of facts. It has a lot of joy. The most important joy, or I should say the greatest joy for me, is that I always knew that I wanted to take care of my mother as she got older. I wanted to be able to give back to her as she got older. My mother told me throughout her life that I didn't owe her anything. She asked to bring me here, and thus that's why I'm in this world. I never felt that caring for her was an obligation or something that she expected. It was just another life's challenge, another something to endeavor in my life. After Mommy was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, all I could think of was, how can I keep her happy? How can I keep her engaged? How can I keep her feeling a sense of independence? What can I do? I have some wonderful memories. Our journey was 10 years. In those 10 years, one of the wonderful memories is playing music for her. My mother loved to dance, and she was a good dancer. So I put on music like Ella Fitzgerald and Count Basie and Frank Sinatra, and we danced, and we danced, and we danced. And I got such joy from just watching her, just being with her, just feeling her in my arms as I danced with her. Other fond memories were driving from Maryland, where I lived at the time, to Virginia. I took her to see her older sister who was in a nursing home, just to watch the two of them engage with each other at that point in their life. Brought so much joy. It was so heartfelt. I will never forget those days. My mother loved her family. She loved her family, and most of all, she loved her sisters and brothers. And while that was the last time that she saw her sister, it was truly my opportunity to be able to make that happen. Eventually, she became a little less independent. She didn't walk as well. She didn't talk as much. Then we would do things like get the wheelchair, go for rides around the park, go for rides around the yard. She loved the ducks. We would go to the park and just sit and watch the ducks and listen to the children. Afterwards, she would always give me a big hug and a great big smile. So even though Mom couldn't talk after a while, we read each other through each other's eyes. The love was spiritual. Or I should say, the connection was spiritual. Much of what I feel so good about is how much I learned. I learned the process of managing her affairs, which included financial management. It included taking care of her health. And it included, most of all, learning how to be a responsible power of attorney. My mother was my best friend. She was my cheerleader. She was my confidant. Like the cycles of life, like cause and effect, the results of caring for my mother continue to have allow me to continue to have a lot of fortune in my life. I am honored and grateful to have had the opportunity to repay her with love and gratitude for this life, my life. I say to you, Mommy, thank you. It was a pleasure.